Hey, what's going on? I'm Matt O'Leary back with another video. Today I'll be reacting to a couple of mock drafts, but before we get started, I just wanted to let you guys know you can follow along with me on social media at Matt O'Leary NY. If you haven't already, please make sure to check out the podcast, and link to the merch store is down below in the description. So I was fully prepared to come home from work today after a long day and talk about Russell Wilson and how he was potentially linked to the Jets and a couple other teams. And then Adam Schefter drops a bomb where he's like, well, Russell Wilson might maybe be traded, but the teams on that list are not the same with the original report that Bleacher Report had, and the Jets were not on that list. So I said, you know what, I'm going to scrap that idea. We're not going to talk about it because it's not something that's likely going to happen. Would it get clicks? Sure. But let's figure something else to talk about. And I thought, okay, what should I do today instead? And then I saw two of the worst mock drafts for the New York Jets that I have ever seen in my entire life from two people who are well respected by a lot of people in the industry today. Just don't have a clue about positional value, team needs, so many things. Well, we'll start with Mel Kiper of ESPN and his picks for the New York Jets. So Mel has the Jets trading out of 2 and moving back to 4. And I don't like that. I would not personally go that route. But just with that in mind, you would think, okay, you move back a couple of spots. I would assume you're obviously rolling with Sam Darnold. I would think if you're moving back like that, could you potentially take a quarterback at 4 instead of 2? Yeah, but I would assume if Joe Douglas is moving back that you're sticking with Sam Darnold. Okay, with that in mind, I would say I would probably take a wide receiver in that spot. I would probably take a wide receiver. I don't know about you. I don't like the idea of moving back to 4, but just let's put that aside for a second. He mocks Kyle Pitts to the New York Jets. Not an offensive lineman, not a wide receiver, but a tight end in the top 4. Now, this is not necessarily against Kyle Pitts. He's a good player. There's a very good chance he's going to be a good tight end at the next level. But the value of Kyle Pitts at 4 doesn't make any sense. If you're a team that's one piece away, sure, you could draft a tight end in the top 10. You're probably not picking in the tight end if you just are a couple of pieces away. But the Jets don't have the luxury of having a top 5 pick and taking a tight end. I would rather take a corner in that spot. I would rather take an offensive lineman in that spot. I would rather take a wide receiver in that spot. I would rather take an edge rusher in that spot. You can't. I'm just dumbfounded by how you could think you could get good value on. First, you trade back. Okay, sure. But then you're taking a tight end at 4? Come on, we can't be serious with this, Mel. Please, I am asking you. It's over, man. Retire, head down to Florida, chill out. You don't have to worry about the draft and who's going to take who and Jimmy Clausen. You can forget about Jimmy Clausen. You should have retired after that one. Please. They're not. Joe Douglas, I am very confident in saying that Joe Douglas will not take Kyle Pitts with a top 4 pick. He won't do it. At pick 23, he had the Jets taking Kwity Paye, who's an edge rusher. Now, I don't mind the thought process of them taking an edge rusher at 23. That is absolutely something that is on the table. It's been a need for a very, very long time. Robert Saleh's defense is one that definitely needs an edge presence in order to be successful. But a lot of people are mocking Kwity Paye to be picked in the top 15. He is the first or second edge rusher going to be off the board. So you're telling me that no one or one team is going to take an edge rusher before the Jets pick at 23? That doesn't make sense either. So it's not necessarily the thought of an edge at 23. It's that Kwity Paye is going to be there. He's not. He's not. There's no way he's making it past 15 or 16. He's not making it out of that range. He'll be off the board. I don't understand. When I saw that mock draft, that tweet, I was dumbfounded, as you can tell right now, because I'm not finding the words. One, how you think Paye could be there, and two, just absolutely astonished that you have the tight end going 4. But then I was one-upped. I thought there's no way I'm seeing a worse mock draft than Mel Kiper's mock draft. And no. I was wrong. Colin Cowherd did a mock draft. And with the number 2 pick, he had the Jets take Kyle Pitts. Yes, you guessed it. Kyle Pitts, the tight end from Florida. I'll say this. If the Jets decide to trade back and they end up somewhere between 12 and 15, okay, maybe you could sell me on taking Kyle Pitts in that spot. Although, no, I would still probably take whatever the best corner is on that part or an edge rusher. It just doesn't make sense with the amount of needs on this team that you're going to take a tight end that high. I don't get it. The analogy that I said online when someone commented on my Instagram was that drafting a tight end in the top 5 for the New York Jets would be like planting flowers outside of a house that is burnt down. Like, that is the last thing that should be on your mind. If you have a roster that's barren like the Jets and your thought is, let me get a tight end there, I mean, that's how you're going to go a decade without making the playoffs. You need to build an infrastructure. The guard play has been terrible on this team. If you're moving back, great, move back and get a guard then. Or move back and get a corner, which is going to be a desperate need for this defense, or an edge presence, or a legitimate number 1 receiver. But a tight end who doesn't really have a position because he's like half a tight end, half a wide receiver, and to take him at 2? How is Colin? I really think Colin Cowherd is put on this earth just to bother me and send these takes that elicit this kind of a reaction. It genuinely, I was shocked when I read that tweet. I said, there's no way. If you want to say they trade back with San Francisco and they take him in the San Francisco spot, I wouldn't agree with that, but at least I could kind of say, okay, I kind of understand the logic a little bit and how you can maybe come around on that plan. But to sit there and take him at 2 is insane. Absolutely insane. So, yeah, that's my little rant for today. I don't know. I don't know how these people are in positions of power like they are, and they're doing the content like they are, but whatever, that's above my pay grade. So let me know what you think of those 2 mock drafts in the comments below. Sound off. What do you think the Jets should do? Am I crazy? Am I overreacting here, or is that just a ridiculous mock draft? Let me know, or on social media, you can get at me. Make sure to subscribe if you are new, and I'll talk to you next time.